So I was born here in America from an immigrant family that came from Vietnam. And my parents came with nothing but the shirts on their backs. And they had my brother, my older brother and older sister. And I was born here with my younger brother. And we lived in San Jose for the first 10 years and moved to Sacramento after that. And it was our neighbors, church members that embraced us, showed us the language, showed us what to do, how to live in America, how to drive a car. And so with that, that's always kind of stuck with me as I was growing up. My parents worked hard, I mean, real hard labor like their whole lives. Like all I grew up watching was my parents working physically hard. I think a lot of what I come from, the work ethic and the background and hard work and grit and resilience, comes from my parents and my upbringing as a child. I went to law school to be a public defender. I wanted to help people. I wanted to be, someone that's guiding people and advocating for people. But I couldn't get a job. I was actually working for the public defender's office as a legal secretary. And by the time I got my license, there was no job for me. So I stumbled upon personal injury. That's when Phoong Law started. Right after I got my license, I started the law firm in the spare bedroom of our home in Fair Oaks. I had no money, right? So I couldn't rent an office. I couldn't afford anything staff. It was just me and my husband, TJ. Fortunately, we did get some clients, friends and families that were in accidents, and that's how the business started. It wasn't always just, something wrong, call Anh Phoong. I started the firm, like the grassroots of the firm, just by tradition of just doing good service and meeting people, shaking hands, and just wanting to do a good job. And it wasn't until reaching a level of success where I really started questioning, okay, this is great. I'm getting clients, I'm settling cases, I'm making good money, I'm appreciative, but there was just an emptiness inside of me. Comes with success, and I was really questioning why I wasn't happier. Like, I wasn't fulfilled. There was no sense of community. And it was like, what's the point of all this? What am I doing for my community? How can I make a legacy out of what we've built? And how can I really give back and pour into the community that poured into me and us? And so that's when the transformation came. And that's when you start seeing Phoong Law in the community by supporting events in the Kings. And like our partnerships, aren't just, brand recognition. Our activation with the Kings was giving back to the community. The main thing is to continue what we're doing is not just growing as a firm, but to continue to give back to the community and find ways to pour into the community and get others involved in doing the same thing. So I actually have a nephew who is autistic, and so I've always tried to support him in every way that I can. And knowing that things are a little bit different with children and adults with disabilities. And it's always broke my heart to think that he was gonna grow up and not maybe have the same opportunities. And that's how, the UCP, feels really close to home for me. And so I started off just with donating, one of my properties, and for the last couple of years. And I didn't know too much about exactly the organization until I actually sat down and listened and saw more of what they do. And I can't tell you, like, visiting the campus and being able to see everybody just happy, it's like, we need more of this. And it just, honestly, it lit me up. But then there was also, on the other side of that, was a feel good of like, wow, this is what we're doing. This is where the money goes. You actually get to see and to know that, like, with the UCP, 90 cents on the dollar goes back directly to the nonprofit, like, is mind-blowing. And then you get to see your dollars for work, and to see the workers there, and to see the connection, and to see Doug and everyone there, and everyone was happy to see me. I'm like, I don't know, it was such a joyful experience. It makes me realize is that we all need to really show up for our community and these nonprofits, because they can't survive without our help. And so I'm honored, but I also really want to give praise to the people that are really part of these nonprofits that come in and do the work day in and day out. In order for these nonprofits to survive, they need our help. And so everyone out there, if we all just do a little bit of our own part, I think that's the biggest thing I want to push, is just do what you can. And I always feel like, when you're in a position to pay it forward, just do that, and however that looks like for you.